We got some new stuff in AQ World Infinity I want to take a look at, but before I get to that, I want to showcase a couple things that was posted on AQ2D.com. This is a visual effect for one of the character skills, but that looks amazing. They've given Arya a glow up, so she's looking much better, and for some reason this pet right here isn't loading. So I checked out Arya's glow up in Infinity, and her dialogue here is kind of telling. So she says right here, if you're interested in getting a scaly friend, then I have a request for you. So it sounds like it's leading into something. What do you guys think? In case you didn't know, you can actually back the Kickstarter for AQ World Infinity still. It says here that there are 5 reward tiers available with these late pledges. A reminder was posted to backers, and it says here, if you just filled out your pledge manager, or if you're a late backer who just pledged, please give us 2 to 3 days to manually sync your data to the game's database so we can email you the codes. The Infinity reporting system has gotten an upgrade. It says here that they want to keep AQ World Infinity a safe place and a welcoming place, so the best way of doing so is by using the report system. The big ticket item this week is the new housing system that just hit the game. Now, it only works on a few houses that I know of. One is the cottage and one is the new flying fortress from Kickstarter. On the world map, you're going to want to go to Centaur 21. And then you're going to go up into here and talk to Penny. And in here, you can buy the cottage. You've also got a house inventory. This will show the different houses here that you have in your inventory. But let's check this out. Starting off, you're going to have 2 buttons. One is to clear the house. This is going to completely remove everything you've put in your house. The other option is the inventory. So this will be showing everything you have available that you can put into your house. There's a couple issues right here. For instance, this icon showcases the wall stuff, but it's not showing the wall stuff. And then this one is supposed to be the floor stuff, but for some reason it's showing the wall stuff. The search bar actually doesn't work, but I mean, that's fine. It's to be expected that there will be bugs. This is like an early stage of housing. Once you have an item selected, you can then choose the size. Look at this. You can make it as big as you want or as small as you want. So I think that's a really cool feature. You're able to flip it left or right depending on what side you want it on. I'm not actually sure what these buttons do. These actually might be layers. Okay, yes. So these are actual layers. It's a little bit buggy. It seems that I can go up multiple times. I'm not sure how many layers because it's not showing the number of layers. One super awesome aspect of this is they have another layer system, not just item individual layers, but they have layers right here. For instance, here's the first layer and this is the second layer. So as you can see, the Derpzilla is going behind it, or I can even put it in the back. So if I wanted to have let's just say a really big Derpzilla back in the background like this, for instance, like look at that. You could have him walking around in the background. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Same thing can be done for wall items as well. You can put them on different layers. So this one here is in the back layer. So if I wanted to put the big Death Star over top of there, do something like that. Some of the items might look kind of bad, like this one right here. But when you place it, that border you see around it does disappear. So ones like this are intended to be a little bit smaller, but it is cool that you actually have the options to do something like that. I think the layers option though is like really friggin' huge. Like this is crazy being able to put big monsters in the back and stuff like that. You're really able to set up kind of a cinematic experience. I'm not exactly sure how to put something in the foreground. So another issue I did discover is if you've done some kind of change, let's say for instance putting this down here, and then you don't save this change, you go to here instead. Well, if you don't hit save, if you do exit the thing, it does away with your previous work that you did, even if you saved afterwards. So this is another issue with the housing. Wait, what the? Okay, so now it's back. I just returned to my house from the dungeon area, and apparently all this stuff is returned. Now, is the layering issue fixed? No, they're still behind. I also really want to be able to move this window right here. But in the meantime, if you are having problems seeing while you're building, then check in your window scale. Just if you want, you can really drop it right down as low as possible so that when you are in your house menu, it's going to be smaller. Grr, I'm really trying to figure out why it's not going in front of me here. That is so funny. How is it from me moving changes the layering of them? But I mean, this is alpha. Now in AQ Worlds, the Flash version, housing is a lot different. Also, any things that you do in Infinity in regards to housing does not carry over to AQ Worlds, and the same can be said, whatever you do in AQ Worlds via your house does not carry over to Infinity. But the housing experience in AQ World is vastly different. You don't have an option to change their size. You don't have the options of putting it in which layer and whatnot. Like, these are not options you have. You've only got this option to put it left or right. That's it. Also, the animations have not carried over to Infinity as of yet. That will require manual work on the artist's end. But between the housing systems, obviously Infinity's version absolutely trumps AQ Worlds. I really cannot get over this whole layering thing. It's absolutely amazing. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of improvements, but this is an amazing start. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys made it this far into the video, post a secret word, dog, into the comments. Thanks for watching, and keep those swords swinging.